Good evening, my humble and fellow filmmakers. Tonight I'm going to show you the fantastic and in-depth guide of becoming a good machinima creator. This guide is going to teach you the do's and don'ts of making a film. First off, camera angles. Don't try anything crazy or, God forbid, experiment with the magnificent environment you have to work with. Instead, make it still and unenjoyable. Now, realism. As we all know, Halo is clearly based off of a true event, and every single gosh darn thing that took place in this game also happened in real life. But you may need a time machine to see it. But they exist too, right? So, let's get started on realism. A lot of people make huge mistakes in their films by adding things like explosions in space. But there's no oxygen in space and there's also no sound, so your bitch ass doesn't get an explosion. Only morons like George Lucas would add that. So, let's take this cheesy movie clip and turn it into something that will wow the audience. On to my next realism example. In some films, the game may cause objects to shake or move without any force exerted on them. So in that case, you can do two of these things. 1. Remove all of the objects from the scene, or B. Just don't film it at all. Let's see the outcome. Much better. Last but not least, the big picture. Never try to replicate an end of the world scenario unless you have been there. If you have been there, feel free to critique or make your very own film about it. For instance, if a large meteor were to hit the Earth and cause a massive shockwave, please don't try to turn it into a well-executed dramatic story. Instead, just have it land and kill everybody. It makes a much better movie. And who's heard of science fiction? Am I right or am I right? Next up, visual effects. Visual effects are always fun to see because they stand out and make something that was visually impossible, possible. Right? Wrong. Please don't try to create any visual effects or anything unless you know what you're doing. And as we all know, only the true pros can do that. But who are the true pros, you ask?
Oh man, he's so intimidating. He's really smart too, but makes a damn good film. Like the one effect where he's just really good.
So what do you mean by scary? Like a boxer? Or a murderer? Or someone really smart like a doctor or an engineer?
No, he's above all of that. He's a website administrator.
Wow, had to cut the clip there, guys. It's a bit too intense for me. Vivid colors to illuminate a scene and give it that amazing picture. Not something I'd want to see. Oh, sure not me. Please, don't color correct your film or, God forbid, use presets. I knew that if I saw something that was already created that would make my film look amazing, I would not use it. I would pass that motherfucker up in a second just to impress a highly trained group of 15-year-olds in the film industry. So, with the advice given, let's see how a good scene would be played out. What's that? A story? Something all films need. What's worse than a film that makes complete sense and wows the audience? Absolutely nothing. Instead, try to create a film that makes no sense and has random plot twists that's supposed to contain a deep and powerful meaning when in reality it's just fucking retarded. God, please forgive me for what I have not done and stuff. I didn't know what I was thinking. Bananas. Who are you? I'm God. What do you want from me? Just sing music that's a little bit relevant to the scene and blow up a bus full of children. Okay, sounds good. Last but not least, critiquing. If you're amazing at editing and know you're better than anyone who puts their hard work into a film, please, don't enjoy it and then kindly give criticism. Instead, just obsess over it for a few days and talk about how much better you are. That's a good display of talent. Now, say this person were to be understandably upset and leave the room. Follow his ass out and make sure his reputation is terrible, wherever he goes. And since you're too much of a bitch to be an asshole alone, Bring your e-posse with you and show the world how tough your 9-ton ass is as you furiously type behind the computer screen. Ah, that's about it. And remember, if you watch this film, you will surely turn into an egotistical asshole who is followed by a posse of brain-dead morons. I hope this video has helped you out and made your experience of fucking yourself more worthwhile and enjoyable. Thank you, and have a good night.